When Roger Goodell took over as commissioner of the NFL on September 1st, 2006, he kind of turned the NFL into the no fun league in a lot of ways. One thing that he did was he really made NFL hitting rules a lot stricter. He made the NFL just look a lot softer, and maybe it's probably turning in a good direction just because concussions have been rising a lot and player safety is pretty paramount. But he did also do some things that were pretty dumb and were pretty unnecessary. One thing that he did was he really banned some of the over the top celebrations with like touchdowns and whatnot, such as when Ocho Cinco used to do his funny dances as well as Terrell Owens. And another thing that he did was he tightened up on uniforms. He basically made it to where it was a lot harder for teams to wear throwbacks. Now, some teams were able to kind of get away with it because Roger Goodell's rule is that you're allowed to keep like one helmet essentially. But you can change the stickers on it and everything, and that might enable you to do throwback uniforms. But you cannot go like if you're the Buccaneers, you can't switch to a white helmet to do the creamsicle uniforms. That's just they're unable to do that. Now, some teams that have been able to get away with it in recent years are like the Chicago Bears or the Miami Dolphins or the Packers, just because their throwbacks fit the color of their helmet. But many other teams have not been able to do that. Now, Roger Goodell is starting to ease up on this stuff. Over the last couple of years, we've seen celebrations kind of to go back to being funny, and you go back to now there's a lot of group celebrations, whether it be for touchdowns or interceptions. They all go out there in front of the camera and do whatever they want to do that's rehearsed. Nothing like there was a golden era of it. I mean, T.O. and Ocho Cinco were some of the best ones out there. They were pretty hilarious, but I don't know. They do their own stuff, and look, they're having fun. I don't have any complaints. I think it's all good. It's dumb when you get flagged for a celebration in the end zone for spiking a ball, you know. So he's eased up on a lot of that, and he's also eased up on now you can wear different helmets. He's allowing teams to be like college football, where you're allowed to wear a bunch of different helmets if you want. I don't know the exact rules, but now you're able to differentiate your helmet. Now we've seen over the course of this year, a lot of teams announce that they're going to be doing some stuff. The Buccaneers announced their creamsicle uniforms. The Texans have announced a new red helmet, which actually looks pretty cool. The Giants announced throwback uniforms. There's been a bunch of different teams announce black helmets, whether it be the New York Jets, the Philadelphia Eagles, the New Orleans Saints, and the Panthers are all doing a black helmet look. The Patriots are doing their throwback uniforms, Falcons throwbacks, and also Bengals for the first time. I think we've all been seeing this kind of out there a lot, and a lot of people wanting to see it, but they are doing their like white helmet on white jersey look, which will be so clean. So all these teams are announcing this, and right now as a Jaguars fan, I feel like I'm sitting there and watching my friends open up, Xbox Ones or whatever the most recent Xbox is, PS5s, and I'm over here opening up like a Jacob's Ladder or something. All these teams are announcing this awesome stuff, but the Jaguars aren't doing anything. So I'm wondering, will the Jaguars actually do something? And it's funny because we're seeing this stuff, and then shout out to the guy who does my thumbnails, Cameron Wallace. He posted on his Instagram a jersey swap of Josh Allen in an old school Jaguar uniform, and it threw Jaguars Twitter in a frenzy. Jaguars Twitter is demanding we get these throwback uniforms because they just look too nice. You're allowed to do them now, so what is stopping us from doing that? And we just want it so bad. We haven't seen these, there's a golden era of Jaguars uniforms, and that was from 1995 through 2008, where you had really this jersey set, you had the Jaguar on the side. It looked awesome. And then in 2009, the Jaguars changed it up a little bit when they went to Reebok. Then when Shad Khan bought the team in 2012, he basically made black the primary color of the Jaguars, which I don't have any problem with. I actually like the black uniforms, but, there are several teams out there that have black uniforms. They have black uniforms for a reason. The Raiders' colors are like silver and black. Silver is too close to white, so you need to do black. The Steelers, they have black uniforms because yellow just does not look good on a uniform when it comes to like the whole entire thing. The Jaguars have no reason to go black because teal is such a unique color. We are one of the only teams in professional sports that has teal as a color. So we need to rock with that. The seats in the Jaguar Stadium are teal. Jaguar fans, we wear teal. Teal is our color. And he went back to black. Shad Khan just wanted to put his own stamp on the Jaguars in that way. And then in 2013, we went with a crazy black and gold helmets, the wild uniforms, and now we have the uniforms where they are at now. Now the Jaguars have made a couple of transitions. They've had a logo change, which I honestly believe I like the new logo better than the old logo. I think that I do like how they are similar in a way where it's like a side-facing Jaguar, and they both have teal tongues. But the new one, it looks a little bit sharper, a little bit redefined. It looks obviously newer. There's a couple different shades of gold. I do like the new logo more than the old one. However, the old uniforms are way better than the new. This way better than the new ones. And I will say this: I actually like the Jaguars' current uniforms. I mean, I'm not in love with them like I am the old school, but I do like them more than a lot of people. A lot of people complain that it's just boring and not detailed enough. I mean, me personally, I can appreciate a simpler look. I hated the 2013 to 2017 uniforms. I thought there was too much going on, especially when we were wearing the black and the black and gold helmets on the black uniforms with the white pants. You had all the different colors going on the sleeves. I just thought it was too much. I like the Jaguars' current ones. They're simple. They're sharp. There's not a lot going on. Now, I will say that I think that if the Jaguars were actually winning their current uniforms, it would look a lot better. But the Jaguars have just sucked in the current uniforms, so it makes the uniforms kind of that much worse. Now, my ideal way the Jaguars would handle their uniforms, if the Jaguars would do a uniform change, would be to go the route that the Buccaneers went. The Buccaneers had great uniforms all throughout the 2000s. Back with the Derrick Brooks, Rondé Barber era when they won the Super Bowl, they had the, nice uniforms that they had. And then, I think it was 2014, the year they drafted, no, it was 2015, the year they drafted Jameis Winston, was the year they switched up their uniforms, where they changed their logo and they changed their uniforms. And it was a lot like the Jaguars' 2013 to 2017 uniforms. There was just way too much going on. It looked ugly in my opinion. And then after like 5 or 6 years, the Buccaneers, they changed back to their original uniforms that they had during their Super Bowl era. However, they kept the helmet and the logo, which would be perfect if the Jaguars did that. If the Jaguars went back to the old school logo or the old school uniforms, kept the current helmet as is, I think the only thing is they're gonna have to do something about, I don't know if they're gonna make another long Prowler Jaguar logo, or because that's kind of one. I don't think they're gonna do a new logo with the old Prowler, so maybe they switch that one up a little bit. But that needs to be the uniform. Now, the big thing about it is that I don't know if Shad Khan's going to want to do that. I don't know, because when Shad Khan bought the team, he's all about, we're looking forward. We're not looking in the past. We're a forward-looking team, and he wants to put his mark on the Jaguars. When he bought the Jaguars, he quickly changed the uniform. He quickly changed the logo. He quickly changed the primary color of the Jaguars. He wanted to put his stamp on the Jaguars, and a big stamp that he put was a bunch of losses, but that's not the point of this video. So he wanted it to be the Shad Khan Jaguars, not the Wayne Weaver Jaguars. So I don't know if Shad Khan will want to revert back to old. I think he wants to keep his. So we'll just say this. How about if you don't do uniform change, will the Jaguars wear some throwbacks? Man, we are wanting that so bad. They look so nice. I can't imagine the current team. I do think that he might get scared that once he does this, fans are going to be like, no, we need to keep these uniforms and stay that way. I know there are some things going out there. Right now, a lot of Jaguar fans are wanting to do some teal helmets. I don't know. I think teal helmets look cool. I wouldn't be mad if they did it, but I don't know if they go very good with our stuff. I think the Texans' red ones actually look pretty sick. I don't know if teal is necessarily the move. There's a reason all these teams want to do black helmets. Black helmets look great. They look sharp. I love the Jaguar helmet. It's just all about, hey, do we want to... we got to do something. I mean, the NFL is allowing all these different rules. when it comes to being allowed to really expand what your uniform game looks like. You have all these teams coming on it and acting upon it. And guess what? It's going to sell. The Jaguars, if they go out there and, all of a sudden do a throwback game, you can sell the jerseys. There's going to be plenty of people that are buying a throwback Trevor Lawrence jersey, I'm telling you, especially if the Jaguars can go out there and win. I remember in 2017 when the Jaguars did teal for the first time in like 3 or 4 years against the Bengals. It was like the teal out or something, or teal forever teal. And everyone wore it, and it was an awesome game. The Jaguars won. Jalen Ramsey fought AJ Green. It was just so cool. It could be something so similar. Now, I know with me, I've always been a little bit hesitant on the throwbacks, only for one reason. I want to make sure we're good when we wear them. There's nothing I would hate more if the Jaguars go out there, rock these nice looking throwback uniforms, then they get whooped by the Titans. That's not what I want to see. But I'm down for them this year, and I hope the Jaguars make some kind of announcement. We got to do something, right? If the NFL is going to allow us to do this, do something. I listed off basically half the NFL teams are doing something. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. I'd be super excited about it. Now, guys, football's back, man. I guess it's kind of bad. Let me know. I don't know if it's the first training camp practice. I think it's like Monday or Tuesday. It's definitely next week at some time, and we're 13 days away. I'm filming this on a Friday, so we're 13 days away from the first preseason game. Let me know, when does football season start for you? Is it training camp? Is it preseason? Is it regular season? Is it the start of college football season because they start a little bit earlier? Let me know, but I'm excited, man. We're heading into football mode. Oh, man. It's a great time of year. With all that said, man, thank you guys so much for watching, and go Jags.